Back, aka Zach's Reviews, and we're back again with episode 2 of the next Netflix series, The Queen's Gambit. And I'm gonna, talk about what we talked about in the first episode. So, the last thing we saw in the first episode was, she was the girls in the foster home, and the teachers and the nurse, or whatever, they're all in the room watching the movie, and she so-called had to go to the bathroom, but that was her plan because she wanted to get the vitamins, so-called vitamins. They were the horse tranquilizers, that, they weren't allowed to, give anymore because, of the government. So she goes and, she gets a screwdriver, as we know, from the janitor's, tool shed, goes, breaks the lock, sees the whole big thing. She just starts eating all the vitamins, so-called. And then, she comes out of the window, and as we see the movie's ending, and then when she turns around, everybody sees her in the hallway, and she's standing on her chair to get into the room, and then she stands on the chair to get out of the room, because it's higher up. And she turns around, and, she ate too much, and then she falls over when the headmaster's like, "What are you doing? Like, what's going on?" With, all the kids just staring at her and stuff like that. And then it goes to... our friend Jolene says, in the next episode saying, you look like you were having fun up there. You look like you were at the top of the world, I guess all that stuff. And, and then she's like, and then she comes across the janitor that taught her chess, and she says to him, the headmaster won't let me play chess anymore. I'm being punished. Is there any way you can help me talk to her so I can keep playing chess? Because, I really, really love it, and I miss, playing with you. And you could tell that, he got in trouble because, she got the screwdriver from there to get into there. So, he's probably in big trouble. So, he's ignoring her. She walks away. Next thing you know, it goes to not this 9-year-old girl anymore. It goes to Anna Taylor-Joy's character, and now she's 15. And she's with Jolene. They're looking out the window, and then she sees a wife and a husband roll up into the place, and Jolene and Beth are like, "Oh, I wonder who's getting adopted today," because they haven't gotten adopted yet, and they're all grown up now. And the wife gets out of the car, looks up, and sees Beth and Jolene, and smiles at Beth. And Beth's like, does a slight smile and looks at Jolene like, and Beth, I feel like, knows that she's here to get adopted. So, Beth gets called down, and she goes to the she's heading there to the office, where the foster parents are and the headmaster is. And she runs into the guy that's, in charge of the vitamins and keeping people in check. And the guy's like, "Hey, these look like good people." Gives her a headband so she looks presentable. She goes in there and, she's talking to them. And then they clearly, they're clearly showing interest that they really like her. And, the headmaster's trying to show her off, saying, she's the top of her class, in science and, reading, and all that other stuff. She didn't mention her playing chess, of course, because, she's probably so mad about, whatever. I'm mad about, her breaking into the thing and taking all those vitamins and whatever. She's just not allowed to play. She didn't want to mention it. So they wait outside, and then the headmaster's like, "Oh, go pack your things. You're adopted." So she's going to pack her things, and, she's talking to Jolene, and Jolene's like, you're leaving and stuff like that. Wow, you know what I mean? Like, that's... pretty, hoity-toity. Maybe you'll be in you'll have your own TV in your room and stuff like that, being sarcastic because, she's sort of upset she didn't get adopted. Jolene's been there the longest out of anybody. And, she clearly knows that, as you get older, you don't get adopted because, in the system today, of course, a lot of older kids don't get adopted. A lot of families are looking for, babies and all that stuff, and they've probably, a lot of older people figure, that they're older, they'll be more mischief, they'll be in mischief, and they'll do all these things, and they'll be hard to control, and blah 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 blah. But that's just a messed up fact that that's how people think, and today, people don't want to adopt older kids, which is very, very sad. So she's, and then Jolene's, our Beth's like, I'm trying to look for a book that she got from the janitor that about chess, because when he was teaching her all these moves and actually teaching her, finally he gave her a book to read over and all that stuff and learn chess. So that book is very that's the first gift she got this from somebody that actually really, really cares about her. And she's looking for it, but she can't find it. And she says, "Beth, I put it right here. Where's the book or whatever? Where's my book?" And Jolene's like, "Really? You think I took it or whatever? Well, I have no use for that." And Beth's like, I'm sorry, Jolene, I understand you really wanted to get adopted. She's like, it's fine or whatever, just go or whatever. And, Beth leaves, with the family. And, you really could tell that, Jolene's sad about it. And Jolene's sad, she's being left behind by, her best friend pretty much. And, she's sad that she didn't get adopted. And it's sad the way they leave it. And I hope eventually in the story, they either run into each other or they become friends again. Because, that was the first friend Beth made, was Jolene. And she was looking after her. And it's very, very sad, you know what I mean? So we cut to now, they're rolling up into the new neighborhood, with Beth's new parents, or new foster parents, and they go into the new house. The wife is showing her around her Beth's new mom, and you totally tell the foster dad just looks like he's not having it. He's like, he doesn't really care. He just sits in his chair with the newspaper and just looks like he's like claiming like, oh, that's my chair, don't touch it. I don't really care about. I didn't really want to do this. Pretty much that's what looks like. He makes it look like that. And they go, the foster mom shows her around, shows her the bedroom, and Beth's like, really, this whole room is mine? She's just totally in shock because she didn't have her own bedroom all that time. So she's almost like sort of to tears about it. And you can tell the foster mom's like, wow, this is sad, she's really going to take the little things, and really respect the little things, you know what I mean? Like stuff like this. So, she's like, I'll let you get settled. Beth locks the door, lays on her bed, and she's like, oh my God, I'm just so happy. And then she sleeps or whatever in the bed, and I think it's like the next day. And, she hears outside the window that, the foster dad is leaving to go, I guess, he's getting called somewhere for work or whatever. And you can totally tell that he's one of those guys that, just doesn't care about the wife at all. He's like, all you're here to do is, make me food and, give me a beer and, because I'm coming back from a long day, which is really messed up. That's how it was back in the day, is that they made wives like that, which is really effed up, that they were only there just to cook them food and hand them a beer when they got home from work, which is really messed up. So yeah, it's fucked up. Then Beth hears her saying hearing the foster dad say to the wife, like, the wife's like, when will you be back? And do you have to take the car? Like, I need that to go to the grocery store and all that stuff. And then the foster dad's like, would you expect me to, like, use all my points up or whatever, like, to go rent a car and stuff like that? And he's like, you can walk, it's good for you, your doctor says it's good for you. He's pretty much saying that his wife is fat, which is really fucked up. Dude's a piece of garbage. And even Beth can clearly tell that he's a piece of shit. So, and then she goes downstairs, talks to and you just see the foster mom, playing on the piano, very sad, like. And then she's just sitting on the steps, sees, the mom there, and, she's playing piano, and the mom's like, oh, you don't have to, just watch me, you don't have to just, like, gaze at me from, gawk at me, just, you're just looking at me, and you're making me nervous while I'm playing the piano. And then she goes over and says, you're really good at piano. Or she says, where's the dad going? And she's like, oh, he's being called away at work, of course. We don't know when he'll be back. Typical. I'm just here, make him food and do all this other, do all the stuff for him. You know what I mean? But he shows no interest in me, clearly. And then he said to the mom, like, Beth says to the mom, I don't think he really likes me very well. And she's like, yes, he does. That it was his idea. You know what I mean? To adopt you or whatever, to adopt. And then she's like, the mom says something saying like we, like, I guess, we had a kid once or whatever, and we don't know really what, if, maybe it was a miscarriage, or they just maybe got rid of it because, either the mom wasn't ready or the dad, he thought he wasn't ready. I don't know. But, Beth's like, you had a kid, and there was nothing really knowing what happened to the kid. So, I feel like somewhat the foster mom is just like, down in the dumps sort of all the time, and I don't know really what her motive is if she's trying to I don't know. It's like she's almost, feels sad for herself, but, she has this talent, and she originally wanted to be in an orchestra playing in the piano, but, she never did it or whatever because, she got turned into a housewife and stuff like that. She never got to follow her dream. And, she's sad about that, all that stuff. And then, she's getting ready to go to school, Beth. gets dressed for school, goes to school, and of course, what do you know, first day of the public school, she gets made fun of by a whole bunch of popular girls that are snotty, rich, girls. She just gets made fun of, and she, which is really sad. She gets mad for her outfits that she had from the foster home, for the shoes she had at the foster home, for the way I guess she has a beret in, and just making fun of her. Pretty much saying she's poor, and make fun of her because I don't know, and saying you're a smart person, blah 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 blah, making fun of her. So it's lunchtime. She's sitting at the table, and then she asks this girl, saying, asks this one girl, is there a chess club? And the girl's like, no, I don't think we have anything like that. We have, pie making club, and then Beth's like, you have a pie making club? And no, she's like, pie, like, math, pie. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, and she's like, and then the girl's like, you would be a great, says the Beth, you would be a great cheerleading, there's a cheerleading club or whatever, or cheerleading. And Beth's like, oh, no, I'm not interested in that. Pretty much is what you could see, like, when she says it. Like, she could just tell she's not interested in that. And then, she goes home, and then I think right when she goes home, she asks, the mom or whatever, well, I guess she's about to go up to her room, and the mom's like, oh, can you go run to the store for me and go get me some medicine? Because I guess she's not, I don't know, I guess, she, like, it's either medicine, I don't think she, and then, so she goes to get the medicine, she sees that there's a magazine there, saying, of, like, the about, chess. She really wants to buy it, well, she's looking at it, and you can tell she really wants to buy it. And then the guy's like, oh, look at the sign, it's either, look at the sign, like, he's like, are you gonna buy that or what? Are you gonna buy it or what? And she's like, I'm looking at it, and he said, oh, read the sign. And the sign says, if you want to read it, buy it. And, she just thinks that's ridiculous. So, she gets the medicine, and, she leaves. She gets the medicine and leaves. And then she comes back, sees the journal, like, because, she comes back home or whatever. And then it's the next day of school, she's there, going to the library, trying to get, more, she wants to see if there's any, book on chess. She finds a book on chess or whatever, gets the book, and she sees these two people making out and stuff like that. Because even in the in the girls' foster home, she was interested. She wondered. She didn't have any interaction with boys in her entire life because it was an all girls school. But she saw outside the premises, there was teenagers sneaking off so they can make out and smoke and drink and blah 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 blah. So, she always wondered, what that would be like to fall in love with a boy or, be with a boy and all that stuff. So, she sees that happening in the library. And, she gets caught looking by one of the rich, popular girls that made fun of her and says, oh my God, look at their shoes. I would never be caught dead wearing those shoes. She leaves or whatever. And then, she goes home. The mom is so-called sick. I don't know if she is or isn't. I think she's just doing this, as pity, saying, oh, be my servant, get me this, get me that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know yet. I don't know what her agenda is. I can't tell if she's good or... I don't know. But, she goes there, gets more of her prescription, sees the magazine again, and then she takes the magazine, and then she leaves. She just puts it in the newspaper and leaves because she knows she doesn't have enough because she has a small allowance, which is like I think a quarter or a dime or a nickel. I don't know what it is, but just a crap allowance. She doesn't have enough to get the magazine. So she takes a newspaper, puts the magazine in it with the mom's prescription, leaves, and then she gives the prescription to the mom, and then but then when she gets the prescription, realizes it's the same green pill she had at the foster home. So of course she's back on that, taking the pills and stuff like that, and sort of like when she went back, she sort of like the mom sort of knew that, oh my God, the prescription's like, it's very low. It's getting lower and lower. That's creepy. That's weird. That's weird why they're doing that. But she's taking them. She didn't put it together that, Beth is taking the pills, but, Beth is taking them. And, she wanted, do her thing where she, sees the chessboard in her mind because she doesn't have a chessboard yet. So she rips open the thing, sees, the thing or whatever, she's doing, chess in her mind again like that. And, she, before that, they go to the store. Because, after the day, she got made fun of for her shoes. She went to the store, saw these nice outfits, but then they went to the clearance aisle, and you can totally tell it's a crap clearance aisle because the light's all messed up and stuff like that. She's like, ooh, I don't want these clothes. And you could totally tell that, like, the mom never really had the money to get the clothes she wanted because the mom was pretty much dressing her dressing Beth like she would have been dressed, because you could totally see they're wearing sort of the same clothes, that she's dressing her the way. So it's a simple, like, she didn't get to dress herself the way she wanted to dress her. You could tell that mom's very depressed about a whole bunch of things. So, she goes to school, gets the book, about, actually, no, so she goes to school, again, gets made fun of, the clothes, she wears and stuff like that. And, she goes home or whatever after, getting the like, she go home, gets the prescription. Then, the mom is sick. She gets the prescription, goes to the place, sees that book she wants about the chess tournaments and stuff like that, and all about chess, puts it in the newspaper, leaves. Then she goes there, gives it to whoever. And then she goes to her room, her bed, goes, opens the thing, and, tries to do the chess thing. Then she goes, and I guess because the mom needs another prescription, goes there again, and there's a new magazine this time, and it says that there's a chess tournament, I guess, in the town, and the prize money is $100. So she goes home with the magazine after she's done giving the mom the pills and stuff, saying, there's a chess tournament here, and it's, the winnings is $100. I want to start, I want to get a job and all that stuff. I want to do, or I want to, either get a job or do this. And she's like, you can't get a job, that's for colored people, so it's the racist time, of course, like that. So she, enters the chess tournament, and you totally tell the mom doesn't really care, and she's doing all in her own element, saying, it's still dumb, chess, whatever, blah, 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 blah. She goes to the chess place, and these guys pretty much say, you that they're, she goes to the registry saying, I'm here for the tournament or whatever. And then she's like, do you have, do you know how many wins you have or whatever? And they're like, she's like, no. And she's like, you're going to be in the beginner's place or whatever, and I guess the winnings is $20. She's like, I don't want to be in beginners, I want to be in, the main event, which, go to $100. And they're like, okay, I guess whatever, you're not going to beat the top competitors, but go right ahead. And what do you know? She beats every single player to getting to the top thing. She's that, she's experienced. The pills she takes somehow make her be able to use her brain in a way and do all this stuff. It's like almost like a superpower. I don't know what the deal is, but it's very interesting how she's able to beat all these people so quickly, even though they've been doing this years and years in advance, which I think is it's so interesting, and I can't wait to keep watching more and more episodes. But I really think that's cool. So she beats all them or whatever, and she meets this guy essentially, and you can totally tell she really kind of likes this guy. And then again, she never had really connections with guys all over her life, and you can really tell she really kind of likes him. We can sort of tell. I don't know if that would be like a love interest throughout the series. I don't know, but you can totally tell she kind of likes him or something. So she wins. There's this one guy there that's the top dog, and she ends up beating him. And then there's apparently she wins the $100, and then the mom's like, and she tells the mom like, I won the tournament. I won $100, and she's like, wow, I didn't think you could win this much money doing the chess. Holy crap, this is really cool. And she realized, oh my god, I could, make some money off this girl. I feel like that she had a light bulb saying, I can make money off this girl. And then she's like, and then the mom was looking in the magazine saying, there's a chess tournament somewhere else, and it's like we have to take 2 buses to get to this place, but the winning is like $500, and we can make some real money off this or whatever. And she's like, and she's like, I already calculated, our food, the hotel, the bus, and all of that stuff to for you to do this this match to win this $500. And Beth's like, I'm not gonna lose this match. You do realize that if we do this? And she's like, I know. And then she's like, and Beth's like, there's even more money. We could be making some serious cash, like some like thousands from this. And she's like, oh really? And you can totally tell like the mom really knows she can make some money off her, which is really messed up if that's the only reason why she's interested in this, because she wants to make money off of her and all that stuff. So I don't really know what her game is so far, the mom. I don't know if she's good or bad, but I don't know. I mean, when she made the colored comment, that really makes me feel like she's very, very messed up, the mom. But I don't know so far yet. But and also in the episode she found out the husband had to stay there permanently. And then, so essentially, I guess she's a widow now, and I guess I guess not. Well, technically, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if widow means like you without a husband, not dead. Like, I think that means the husband's dead, or, you know, the husband, you could either be dead and, you know, you're divorced or whatever. I don't really know. But the husband's permanently out wherever, working or whatever. So, you know, I guess, you know, they're not married anymore, or I guess, you know, they're getting divorced, or I don't even know what the dealio is. But they need to make money. So his brother's like, we can make money off you. Like, she realized, I can make money off you, blah, 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 blah. So then that's how the thing ended. They're going to go to this tournament and win that $500. Again, the episode 2 was really, really good. Please go check out the series. It's really interesting. And it's just, there's even more to what than I can even talk about. The show brings a whole bunch of more like different elements to the show that I can't even like hit, because the show just hits totally so many different topics. It's really, really cool. So go check the show out. Again, it's on Netflix. It's I think it's still number 2 in the U.S. If not number 2, I think it's like top 10 on the Netflix in the U.S. or whatever. So please go check it out. That was my review on this. I gave episode 2, again, a 10 out of 10. I'm probably going to give every episode a 10 out of 10, because each episode gets better and better, and just gets more interesting. We know more arcs and different stuff. So, again, please go check out the series. And yeah, that was my review on this, and I'll see you next time. Peace.